hear me and can you see the screen? Hello? All right. This one seems to be a bit far. Is there anyone who is nearby their gadget who can confirm that they can hear the screen, they can hear me clearly and can also see the screen?
Yes, sir, I can hear you and see the screen as well.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a confirmation that someone is nearby the screen and they're following. Okay, let's get started now. We are continuing from where we ended in the previous conversation. Remember, last time we spent most of our time looking at what? We started looking at entrepreneurship, and we were looking at the nature of entrepreneurship last time. And so I promised the class that would continue the conversation of the nature of entrepreneurship and look at the role of entrepreneurs in economic development. So we want to look at the role of entrepreneurs in, economic development. Are the entrepreneurs important in promoting economic development? Do they play any role? What could be their key function? Are they really useful? That's the question that we want to try to answer in this very conversation. And so to start with, entrepreneurs are very important because they do improve the gross domestic product or the national income. So they do improve the income of the nation, and they also help in wealth creation, right? Many years ago, and actually this traces back even as far as to the fall of Rome in the year 476 before the death of Jesus Christ, of the Christians. That was around that time. From that time up to the 18th century, there was actually no really virtually increase in the wealth generation, especially in the West. Now, but with the advent of entrepreneurship, we have seen now, the increase in the wealth that is generated by the people. And all this increase actually happened around the 1700s, the 1800s, the 1900s, the 2000s, and also the 2100. That is 21st century we are talking about. So we have seen the growth, in entrepreneurship, and a large number of people have started enterprising, and this actually has made them generate, amazing level of wealth. Colleagues and friends, you might have been told several times, even without number, that we can never grow any economy of any country if people do not embark on enterprising. So it's very important that people start enterprising. So entrepreneurship is important, and it is actually needed for us to create wealth. It is not possible, actually, it's not recorded anywhere in the world that a person can create more wealth just by using a salary that they receive from work. The record has it that many people that manage to generate wealth and really become wealth people are those that have appreciated, the idea of enterprising, and they are actually enterprising. You would be happy at this point also to learn that entrepreneurship help in generating employment opportunities. Imagine, each year, like I'll give you the Zambian statistics, each year I'll cite very few universities. For example, the University of Zambia this year released over 5,000 graduates, just from the graduation that they had. That is over 5,000 graduates. And all those they are unemployed at that point. So they are all looking for the jobs. And when you go back to trace back, for example, the Copperbelt University, CBU, they also release the thousands of students go to the University of Lusaka, go to so many institutions. In short, we are saying that institutions every year actually release thousands of students, the graduates, right? And these people go in the society, they are going to look for the jobs, they are going to, hunt these, do that exercise of job hunting. But research actually has exposed that the rate at which the universities are graduating students is actually higher than the rate at which jobs or spaces are being created, right? The only way to create spaces for the people the only way to create jobs for the people spaces is maybe when others retire and when others die. But you and I know that some government increased the retirement age from wherever it was up to somewhere now 65 years. That simply means many people stay very long in the active labor force and they are busy working for, even if they are older people. So, and again, the other way is when people die, right? Other people start dying. When the other people die, I think that can still create spaces for those people that are going to occupy those positions to replace them. But on the other hand, I want you to take this message as a very serious message. On the other hand, we also have Industrial Revolution number 4. That is the coming of technology. Technology has come again with so much force, so much power, wiping out, employment for some people. And that is called, they bring about what we call structural unemployment. Yeah, you have structural unemployment that you learned in economics, where now this technology that is coming is busy reducing the people and making some professions or some works, some people's contribution to the labor force a bit, how should I put it, a bit irrelevant. It's no longer very much relevant. We are no longer depending on labor. Most of the work is no longer labor dependent, right? Because we are taking advantage of the machines, right? The machines are doing quite a lot of work. And it is very important at this point that this message is properly understood. Nowadays, we have, the use of artificial intelligence, AI, as you commonly call it, you abbreviate it, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, right? There are those issues around machine learning, artificial intelligence, and when these have come, mega data sciences, right? I'm talking about big data, mega data sciences, and all these, when they have come in, they are going to wipe out some of the, the roles that were being done by some people, right? And this time around, some of you that are very conversant with artificial intelligence, you know that AI now does graphicing and designing, isn't it? Obviously, you know that AI can now can design, right? So instead of me waiting for someone to graph a poster for me, I can tell AI, or I can subscribe to AI. I do the paid up AI, and then they do a very powerful poster for me. And we are done. There are templates everywhere. And you have all these issues coming up. Right? I just gave you an example. At some point, we needed some secretaries, isn't it? At the places of work. I'm just giving you an example. Secretaries to write letters for us as directors. You, as a director, you do want your secretary to write. You tell them, can you write this, write what? But are you aware that nowadays you can instruct AI to do those letters for you? Just tell AI, can you write this later, you know, to such a person, and it should have the following details. Just give an instruction, and AI does that paper that within a minute you have your letter done, and you just get it, you print out, and all those changes around. These are just some of the examples. There is a rampant use of machines that is coming across. So it is very, very important that people understand that it is only enterprising that can manage to help and redeem us, right? From this impending danger. Okay. Is there any question, any contribution from anyone at this point? Someone has a comment? Okay. If you have a comment, you're free to pass your comment or to offer your contribution to this conversation. I'm talking about the role of entrepreneurs, as they try to promote economic development. Okay. Assuming that the silence means all is well, let me just find out if people are able to hear me clearly. Please, are you able to hear me? Can someone just confirm that you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes. Now, even with the coming, all right, even with the coming of AI, that should not really threaten somebody, because you can still take advantage as the entrepreneur. Please, let's mute our mics every time you enter the class. What is this? This is my link. Oh. Okay. It is important that you mute the mics whenever you join class. Those are called, those are some of the housekeeping rules, eh? When you are in online classes, mute your mics. If you don't have what to say, or also mute your videos. All those are just basic key housekeeping rules in online conversation. Okay, anyways, let's continue. That should not threaten anybody. You can, as entrepreneurs, see how best you can see how best to work with the AI and take advantage of it. Actually, AI should not threaten you guys. You should take advantage of it and use it to your advantage. See opportunities, create, make more money. Make money using AI, and then you should be fine. That's the question you should be answering. How can I use AI and benefit from it? And again, those people that the enterprise, they are able to motivate others, inspire others to enterprise. And actually, it is only entrepreneurship that can help us to have the balance, regional development. So you could have this regional development that is super balanced. All right, it is very well balanced. Okay, then again, you have entrepreneurship help you to enhance the number of enterprises. You could have so many enterprises coming up here on board because of entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship can also help us to bring about economic independency, especially for those countries that rely on the other people or on other nations for help. If we are enterprising, then we are okay. And so basically, this is what really does happen. Okay. Enterprising helps us to maximize the investor's return. And as you enterprise, you are able to get the best from enterprising. And so I encourage this class that please, in as much as you do your work, whatever work that you are doing, please, and again, please, find something else to do. I mean, like find, you call them side hustles. Just do something, and that's something that has capacity to grow. And then at some point you can manage to get, there is a higher return in enterprising as compared to waiting for 30 days to pass. And, that's the conversation that we do have here. Okay. Now, before we end the conversation, let's get to the entrepreneurial competence and environment. And at this point, I want us to talk about some of the entrepreneurial mindset, right? What we mean by entrepreneurial mindset and who actually becomes an entrepreneur. So most of the times, young professionals, they become entrepreneurs. People like you go to school, get educated, and then you have these qualifications that can help you to establish some organizations, or you can establish some businesses, even a simple kantemba, yeah, or whatever you can do, even selling, whatever you can be selling, that's still something. But ideally, we are trying to send the message that people are able to enterprise. These are most people that enterprises. Inventors, those are people that develop an innovation and they decide to make this innovation something big. They serve this offer to the market, and they launch this new product or a new service. Yeah, and those inventors that bring about innovation, they become entrepreneurs. And so these are some of the people that enterprises. But what I want us to do now in the next conversation, I want us to look at the qualities of an entrepreneur. What are some of the qualities of an entrepreneur? And these are very, very important, and you can take them home. And the take-home message we are sending is that an entrepreneur should actually have the following qualities for them to be a powerful entrepreneurs. One, they should be opportunity seeking, all right? An entrepreneur should not just sit, and don't look around. You should have an ability, to look around and seek opportunities, always be seeking opportunities. That's the characteristic, and a very favorable characteristic, a good characteristic of an entrepreneur, right? You should be looking for those favorable circumstances or occurrences that can help you to create a new product, that can help you to create a new service, or that can help you to create a new business. So this is the message that we are actually sending. On the other hand, you should be persevering. We don't want an entrepreneur who easily gives up, right? As an entrepreneur, you don't easily give up. Those are some of the qualities of entrepreneurs. You have to persist. It is not true that things just work out one day. Like the very first day you want to start, then you boom and everything goes well. No, usually what happens is that you would need to spend some time, for you to be better. And so this is the message actually being dispensed. Please, you have to have the spirit of endurance, be able to endure, and then you should be fine. You should be risk-taking if you want to be an entrepreneur. Be able to take risk, right? Don't fear. You might have heard, actually, these are some of the principles borrowed from investment analysis and portfolio management, right? There you learn that the higher the risk, the higher the return. The higher the return, basically the compensation that you receive because you have taken that particular risk. So you have to be willing to take some risk. Of course, calculated risk, not any other risk, calculated risk. An entrepreneur should be information seeking, right? You can't be an entrepreneur who just doesn't care about what is going on. You are so much ignorant. One characteristic of entrepreneur is that these people are information seeking. They are always looking for knowledge. They are researchers. They are always searching for new information so that they can leverage on the same information. Entrepreneurs set goals. They are there to set goals. They set their goals so meticulously, and they plan very well. And the next time in the next class, actually, I will talk about these characteristics actually in details, one by one. Entrepreneurs plan, all right, and they do network. they listen to others, and they are able to demonstrate good leadership. So I want us to put a pause here in today's conversation. We put a pause here. What we're going to do now in the next conversation, we want to start from here, and then I'll have time to explain in details, especially on some of the key characteristics, such as goal settings. So I'll run you through the science of goal setting, the steps that are involved in setting a goal, and how you actually set a winning goal. I'll also talk about how you plan, how to plan, the science of planning, and how you network, basically some of the principles that guide networking. And all those are some of the key things that I'll really talk about in details, especially in the next conversation. As for now, let me just confirm one more time if you are able to hear me. Someone to confirm they are able to hear me?
We can get you, sir.
No. All right, guys.